Ellie, and welcome to another Sims 4 build. This time, finally, it's a restaurant. So, yes, I'm using the new, well, not the newest anymore, because we have two stuff packs. The kids stuff pack, and then the backyard one that's coming out, or is already out, or I don't even know right now. But I'm finally using the restaurant pack, and I have been so dying to use this pack and learn it and work with it and play with it and just go crazy with it as I'm playing and all of that. So this was a really fun build. This is known as the Simly Diner. Get it? Like a play on words on sim and simply, because it's just a diner. It's just a simple diner made in The Sims. So Simly Diner. Ha 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 ha. Anyway. Moving on. The outside is sort of factory-like in the colors and the textures that I chose, but with some greenery to give it some life and lushness and brightness. But I absolutely love how this came out. And yeah, the color scheme for the outside is a little bit similar in terms of the wall colors to the last build for the bakery, because the bakery was also brown, but the texture of it is fully different. That last one was a full flat brown. This one, as you can see, is more textured. It does have separation and white, those white lines. So yeah, it is the medium height build for the walls, I believe. And then my struggle with finding windows, always always. And I was building this one also with my sissy, so I was showing her all the different types of windows that we have that are like one-way mirror or two-way mirror, or what do you call those, where you can only see from one side but you can't look in, or you can't, yeah, that. Anyway, so that made it a little bit more longer in terms of building. And then I was looking at what was needed for this build. I've never done like a community lot build. I've always just done either retail in my own personal time, either retail or houses, because I like that. So I've never done like a gym. I've never done a library or a museum. So this is my first, I guess, community-esque type lot ever. So yeah, it was interesting learning all of the stuff that was needed and all of the stuff that I had to add. And I was trying to kind of be a little bit more structured in what I was doing. So I did a lot of the outside, a lot of the simple stuff for the outside. The outside's pretty simple. It's just, there's not a lot of flowers unlike the last build. This is more just some greens here and there to give it some nice life and make it look more lush. And I think it goes really well with the whole factory style of the outside. The inside is sort of like a retro inspired, but very loosely retro inspired diner, very loosely. And this is just the first type of restaurant that I did want to build as soon as the pack was announced way back when, until I got it. And it did take a while. It did take me a while to get into it. Mostly because there was a lull of creativity. I wasn't feeling very inspired or anything due to the events that occurred here in Florida. And it just, all that heartbreak and stuff. And then all the events that keep occurring around the world. But, trying not to let all that stuff get to me. I cry at the drop of a hat, just so you know. But anyway, so this, getting back to the build and staying on the build, this was definitely interesting. Like I said before, I've never done any type of community lot that has requirements on what you need. So I had to keep looking at the requirements just to try and make sure that I was getting everything. And then I was like, this was my first look also at everything that came in the pack. I got it, downloaded and installed it, and I didn't do anything else with it. So this was definitely my first look at everything that came in. So there's points and times where I'm just putting 10 million things in the restaurant itself, just because I'm trying to find the one that I like. And the kitchen changes shape for a little while until I get more comfortable with what I want. And that little thing I'm putting on the side there, I can't remember what it's called, but it's where your wait staff will put the dirty dishes when they pick them up from the tables. And I was trying to create a little niche for it, but not necessarily hide it behind another wall. I just thought if I added more walls and more walls, that it was just gonna get it was gonna make the restaurant look even smaller. I just wanted to have the kitchen, in its own little separate area, so that then I could block it off so only the staff could get in. Bathrooms, which once I do the kitchen, I realized I need space for the bathrooms, and then so that's where the whole kind of kitchen moving came in, which you'll see. I think I pick up the kitchen and move it a couple of blocks over, one way or another, just to try and see where I want to place the bathrooms. I know, do I want to place them on the left or on the right? Oh, so many decisions when you're building. And I don't plan out anything when I build. I kind of just turn on the game and go to town. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. More often than not, it doesn't really work, but then I make it work somehow. And there's been times, honestly, where I've just deleted everything and forgotten about it because I got so frustrated, but that's fine. So again, there you saw that I was moving the kitchen back and forth, just trying to figure out where I actually wanted the bathrooms. And this is where they end up. So I just do 2 bathrooms. So single bathrooms, not stalls. I didn't want to do stalls. Male, female doors, which of course that can be changed to just be regular doors. I didn't do stalls because the restaurant isn't really that big, and yes, there's quite a bit of seating, but not like over the top seating. So as we were playing it, because we did play test it, and then we got so into it that we totally forgot to do anything else for the rest of the day. No chores were done on the day that we built this. So but yeah, I just did 2 bathrooms because there's not going to be a lot of space for a lot of Sims, and most of the time when the Sims are coming in, the patrons, they just go eat, walk around, sit down maybe if they want to. Sometimes I swear Sims are given tables, but they don't ever sit at them. Anyway, so then this created this really neat little hallway to the kitchen. I just thought that was really cute. And I again moved the dirty dish tray thing to the other side. And then I was looking at all of the new signs that came with the expansion, and just looked at all this stuff. Like this was when I took the time to just look at pretty much all the stuff that was in here, so it did take a while. I wanted to put a bar, and the bar gets removed later on. It didn't really work. I'm not sure if it's just the way that the gameplay is set up for this pack, but it didn't really the Sims could sit there, but they couldn't necessarily, it wasn't seating for the actual restaurant, and it was just, it took up space that I wanted it to take up, but having it there or not actually doing anything for the restaurant just wasn't something I wanted. So it does go away after a while. but the theme is sort of like red in terms of the indoor colors. There's a lot of red. I love the walls. I love the way the walls came up. I love the texture that we chose for the walls. And this back here, so I put a table in here, and I put a coffee machine and the vending machine back here. So it was supposed to be kind of like a employee lounge type little area. They could come have, food if they got hungry or whatever, but you can't do that in the restaurants. They don't really do that. You open the restaurant, they come in, they work, you close the restaurant, they leave. They don't really like take their time, but it still adds a little bit of supposed functionality to the restaurant, I would say. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. So it does add a little bit of fun. that type of supposedly something that they could go in and just take a break and things like that. But, and this is one thing, like I said, this is the first time I opened the packs. This is the first time that I played with it. One thing I did realize is we had 2 Sims that came in to eat, and they were assigned a table, but they never sat down, and they stayed standing by the hallway, the little hallway leading into the kitchen. I'm like, where's their table? And it so happens that it was that table and set of chairs that I put in the employee area. So it does count as a seating. So that does get taken away, and it gets replaced by a couch. So just like a little cool sitting area for the employees that they never use. But okay, that works. And you can use that to have your Sims stay there if you don't want to send them home, and they could just nap on the couch 10 million times to get their energy back up, and then you can just reopen the restaurant 2 hours after you close it. That's kind of what we did. And then I still wanted to have some sort of seating area over here, and I wanted to make it almost look like a bar. So it does take a little bit to try and figure out how to do this. And then I kind of wanted to make it like have the registers there, like if that's like the front, and my sister vetoed that, and that's fine. I like where it ends up anyway. The little host stand or hostess stand or whatever. I like where it ends up on the side, so it's cool. It works. So yeah, this also changes from 3 chairs to just 2, because again, based on gameplay, the Sims couldn't really sit down on there. And I was testing out different chairs, different tables, length of tables, booths to see which ones I wanted. So we decided to put the booths facing each other, close to the wall, opposite from where the kitchen and the bathroom are. This did not work. The Sims could not sit in them. So I had a lot of Sims standing around doing nothing because there was no tables to be able to get them seated. So in the end, we do still keep booths there, but instead of being cross with the windows, we're gonna change it so that the booths are actually the back of the booth is actually facing the window. I don't know what type of word I'm looking for. You'll see it when it comes up. So that's kind of like those 2 tables there and those chairs. Those are the high top tables, so they needed the bar chairs for them, which I thought was really cool, so I liked it. And then I just put a half wall. I don't think that's the smallest half wall. It's probably the second size. And I liked the way it looked. Haven't painted anything yet. We're still just trying to put things in. I was trying to keep to a steady rhythm here and trying to just put everything how I wanted it. And once all of the tables and all of the chairs were in, that's when we started trying to figure out what do we want on the floors and what do we want in terms of wall colors. And I know I wanted red. Again, as soon as this pack was announced, the very first thing that I wanted was a diner, and it had to be red inside. again, drawing inspiration from sort of retro diners. This bubble texture does make it in. It does stay in that back wall where all of the booths are. I absolutely thought it worked fantastic in this build. I loved the way this looked afterwards. Oh my god. I am beyond at how this ended up. I did not expect it to end up looking as good as it did. And I haven't been able to stop playing in it. I just haven't. Right now it's a 5-star, so hey. But yeah, because of the fact that the walls are so deep red, I do change the colors, make them a little bit more muted and more neutral on the chairs and the tables. Give it a little hint of blue green around, as you can see from all the tables. And then I was trying to see what I could do in terms of a partition here so that it looked a little bit better. And I like this. I like using the half walls, and I like using the new little fence trims. I think we stick with the glass one, but the lighting was just messing up so badly on those colors, and I was like, why does this look like a bluish white? Why is it looking like a bluish white? I just want a regular color here. But yeah, it took a while to get kind of what I wanted it to look like, and in the end it works fantastically. And just putting more color, so I did the bathrooms in this kind of like huge white, off-white black tile on the walls, and then on the floors just the regular a regular base white tile. And then of course whenever something changes, for some reason the paint on the walls outside was just disappearing, so I just had to redo it every once in a while. And the kitchen was kind of closed off, and I didn't like it that it was so closed off, so I did add some windows and to make it a little bit more open so that the staff wasn't so closed in. So I added those small windows, and I thought it worked very nice. I really enjoyed the way this looks, so I changed those to the big ones. Yeah, I changed those cabinets to the bigger ones because they fit better, because I popped them up a little higher so that I could put the windows in. And then there is a door leading to the little employee area from the kitchen, of course. And then again, just looking at the signs, trying to figure out what I wanted to put in the walls. I definitely wanted to put a lot of signs on the walls just to kind of cover them up with that. And then outside I wanted to put a sign for the restaurant. It is like a diner, so you know, burgers, hot dogs, breakfast foods and things like that. I love this sign. I love the fact that you can put your own spin on it and you can make it your own. In the end, I think I only do 2. Yeah, I like sizing things up humongous. I just think it's the funniest thing. I know it's stupid, but I like it so. But yeah, so in the end, I just do 2 burgers on either side, and that's the sign for the restaurant. It just looks awesome. I love it. It came out so much better than I thought, and I end up putting the greenery all around, and I do a little bit of a path on the back. And the reason I do that little bit of a path is because 1, the trash cans are in the back, and 2, I created a fake parking lot because why not? So it is kind of gravelly. It's not like a cement parking lot, so it's not like, you know, but it is kind of gravelly. And then I put the same sort of factory type looking fence. And yeah, I don't know why I was trying to put the doors away from the path, but I got that fixed at the end. Oh, and I was going to go ahead and close it off, and then I was asked why the heck was I doing that, and I was like, for privacy? And then I was told no, so I took it out, and I just do a fencing around the parking lot itself, just to kind of give it a little bit more structure. I just thought just having the gravel there was a little lacking, and I love the way that this came out. I know I keep saying that, but I couldn't believe how it looked after everything came together. Yeah, but I hope you guys like it too. If you want to download it and things like that, you know, it's in the gallery. You look at the description below. My username is down there, and some tags as well. So yeah, I was trying to look for the lighted floor lights, the lighted floor lights, the ones that are long, they're white, they're like a stick, the lighted light sticks. And I didn't realize that they were in the pool section, because they're pool lights. But yeah, I found them afterwards, and I was able to create the the different parking spots with that, which was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Still searching. Alright, there they are. So those are the ones that I used, and again, that's when I realized, oh, they were in the pool section the whole entire time. I didn't remember. I don't use them a lot. I really don't use them a lot. But I knew that's what I wanted to use to create those. And it just looks so good. I was so happy that it came together so well from the first restaurant and my first community lot. And then I put them here diagonally, so that it's kind of like that section, like this is not a parking spot, so don't park here type thing. So, and it worked really, really cool after a little bit of finagling here and there. But yeah, in the end, it just looks it looks awesome. It looks awesome. I'm probably gonna play in it again after I finish this recording. But yeah, so I was gonna put tables, as you can see, in the back, and then why not in the front? So instead of in the back is just kind of like for the trash cans, which are kind of hidden as well, and I'll get the video will get to that in a minute, and just kind of like a back walkway towards the parking lot. And I was gonna make it enclosed for the trash cans, but in the end I didn't. It is open on one side. And yeah, why not put tables in the front instead of in the back? It's really cool. It's really cool, especially when you have a lot of Sims coming in to eat, and you have families in the front and you have families inside, and you're just going back and forth, welcoming your Sims and checking on the tables and things. I just think it makes for pretty good gameplay. I like it. I enjoy playing in it. In this restaurant and everything like that. I was just so confused why the door wouldn't apply on the side that's close to the fence. I mean, it would if you had move objects on, but I didn't at this time. I kept turning it on and off, because if I leave it on, I forget that it's on, and then things just start going a little wacky. So this looks like how I leave it. And then the tables, there's seating for 2 and seating for 3. I just thought that was kind of, cute, not having actual 4-seaters, just having it be a little more like somebody took a chair from one and then moved it to another type of thing. I just thought that was awesome. And then here we go, putting in some of the paintings and some of the new paintings don't think all of these are from the restaurant pack. I'm pretty sure these are from other packs as well. But I liked it. I liked the eggs painting and putting it up there, and sizing up some. I love sizing up some of these signs, like that cutlery sign near the bathroom. It's just awesome. And then I did put these. I don't know what these are. Are these lights? I don't know. But those borders, they enhanced it beyond all reason. They totally enhanced the inside. I think made it a little bit more textured and not as boring. Instead of a flat red, give it a little bit more texture in there. So I did enjoy that. I put that little menu stand outside so that the Sims could read the menu and decide if they want to come in. And then I was just putting, a lot of clutter around for the kitchen. The little spice bottles and the knife rack and the utensil rack, because it's a professional kitchen. They're gonna need stuff to be able to actually do kitchen stuff and cook, and so I did put that in there, and I put some more paintings and things in the bathroom and in the employee lounge area that doesn't actually get used. And then I added some little bit of a path here with some sort of broken, I guess this is like broken stone. I just thought that was really awesome. And I did the big stone and the small stone going into the big stone so that it looked like it was like worn out a little bit. I like that a lot. And of course I was gonna put flowers. Why wouldn't I put flowers? Why wouldn't I put some color? It's not as colorful as the last one. I definitely, this was more of a restaurant. It wasn't just a inspired by food type thing like the bakery was, which was inspired by gingerbread. This is a nice diner. It wasn't meant to be so classy or anything like that, and it's really not like somewhere where your Sims would go all dressed up and everything fancy. It's still casual, but it's a nice looking casual. I was just like, ooh, I like. I definitely enjoyed how it came out. And then just the gravel pathway for the cars coming in, and I faded it, or tried to fade it a little bit to make it look a little bit used somewhat. And I just thought, I just think fading things in like that, the paths, it just makes it look, more lived in. And then some trees. I like these sparse trees because they don't detract from the actual building, which is like the main thing. The fuller trees I tend to place more on the back of lots, and the more sparse trees in the front, and I just think that works beautifully. Put in some more flowers, a couple of rocks in the back. I didn't do much more with rocks, making it look a little bit, nice and beautiful and naturey like and all that. And the lights outside, and I do still think I have to change the lights inside. Yes, that is the next thing I do. I leave it for the kitchen because I thought it was a good light for the kitchen and the bathroom. Do I change the lights in the bathroom? I don't know. I don't quite know. I don't remember. That's alright. So I just added these other ones. I think these almost look like those round office lights at the top. On the ceiling. Don't know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, anyway. So I put those round ones. I just thought they fit the nice little retro type vibe. And then I realized, oh my god, I haven't actually added anything on the walkway. So I did. I added that again, sort of factory-esque type floor. sort of like an orangey, rusty color, which, oh my god, it just worked so awesome. Everything came together so well, and I had so much fun building this. I really did. And yay! All of the requirements are met, and I named it. Well, okay, my sister named it. I didn't name it. My sister did. She was like, let's just call it Simile Diner. And I was like, you're a genius. And that's as fine as any other name, because I'm not very good with naming things anyway. I probably would just put in there Diner 1 or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, so just kind of going through, making sure everything is set up. In the screenshots, you'll see that some of the stuff is a little bit different. But here we are. That's an outside shot, a far outside shot. And then on the other side, showing the parking lot. I love it. I love it. The back's a little sparse, but you know, the front is what gets people coming. It looks nice in the front, so you know, oh wow, this restaurant looks awesome. So there you can see that the booths did change, and it does work this way a lot better. And for the bar stools, I changed it from 3 down to 2, so the Sims can actually use that as well. And it just looks, oh my god, it just looks fantastic. There's the outside of the kitchen, and then there's the bathrooms. Very classy. I think the bathrooms are like the classiest thing with those colors. And the kitchen, I love the colors I put in here. It's awesome. Red also, the main color. And I love this shot. You can see right out into the actual diner itself. The little employee lounge, which they don't really use, and I'm kind of sad about that, but that's all right. Another shot of the parking lot here, and then floor plan shots. Very simple, you know, rectangular, but it works. Thanks for watching, guys.